Hey, welcome to the first episode of the Powwow with the Pals. On this episode, we are going to discuss our journey,
Yes.
how we met.
How did we meet?
Oh my God, this is going to be very fun because every time we run into people, baby, they say, "How you guys met? How you guys meet? How you guys meet?"
At the grocery store.
But we're going to give them the whole rundown of the journey and everything.
Yeah.
And it was something that day. It was something that day. Do you remember the day we met?
It was April. Actually, it was Father's Day weekend. So it was the Saturday, the day before Father's Day that we met.
What year?
It was in 2000.
Yes.
Yep. How you gonna try to challenge me?
I'm just asking you because I know the day was June the 4th, 2000.
Okay.
Saturday, June the 4th, 2000.
I wasn't for sure exactly on the actual date, but I know it was Father's Day weekend. Because
It was that weekend,
my
Father's
parents
Day
came
weekend.
down to visit me in St. Louis,
Uh-huh.
and me and my mom, we were going to the store to get some groceries and stuff because we were gonna cook for my dad for Father's Day.
Mhm.
So, anywho, we ended up going to Shop and Save. Rest in peace to Shop and Save because they are no longer existent.
And
in
that is a
St.
that
Louis.
was a St. Louis staple was Shop and Save.
Shop
You
and
guys
Save.
don't know, y'all from the St. Louis, Shop and Save was a
Yes.
staple in St. Louis community.
And it was the Shop and Save on 367 and Parker. Yep,
Yes.
367 and Parker. So anyway, we went to that Shop and Save because I used to like going to that one for some reason. Go in and well, actually, we're out in the parking lot, and so I was looking over at this car. It was a
It was a 2000 Chevy Malibu.
Malibu. I was gonna say a Corsica.
It was a 2000 Chevy
It was a
Malibu.
Malibu.
Brand new. That was my first brand new car purchase.
Yep.
Had my little beats in it and stuff. I was booming just a tad bit. I wasn't blasting it out and
I ain't
everything.
even hear all of that, but anyway.
She saw me coming, and I had my uncle with me. Rest in peace, my Uncle Joe, man. So the thing was, that night, we stayed in Victorian Village townhouses. And that night particular, we were getting stuff for the fight party. I'll never forget this. It was a big fight. It was Oscar De La Hoya versus Sugar Shane Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
Never forget this night.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Unc pulled up to the Shop and Save, and we pulled up, and I got out the car, and then we was going to the Shop and Save to get stuff for the fight party that was gonna be at our house.
And me and my mom, we walked in behind him. And so when we got into, the place where you get the carts, when you come in the door, he handed my mom a cart. And so...
And she fell in love. She loved me ever since, y'all.
Now, wait a minute. When we get to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So, she got the cart from him, and then, he went on in or whatever. I wasn't paying attention to him because I had actually just got off work. I used to work at the Disney store in Northwest Plaza part-time. And so I still had on my Disney uniform, some khakis and this ugly sweater. And so
It wasn't no
anyway.
sweater. It was the summertime. You better not have had
No,
sweater on.
we had to wear sweaters. We had to wear sweaters at Disney store.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we had to wear a shirt and then it was like a cardigan. So anyway, so we go in the store and he's going through or whatever. And so my mom, she was like, it's something about him. I really think he is so nice. And I'm like, okay, mama. And she was like, it's just something about him. So I'm like in total ignore mode because I just want to get this food and go home. And so anyway, she just kept saying that. So then next thing I know, she over in the other aisle talking to him.
And now mind you, this was the paper plate aisle we was in, and
that's the first time in 25 years that he has admitted that we were in the paper plate aisle. Any other years, he would argue me down.
Where I say we met it? I always said we were in the paper plate aisle.
No, you said another aisle.
If you go back and look at the wedding video, I said the paper plate aisle is where we met it.
Okay, babe. So anywho, I said to him, no, my mom, she was over there, so I'm hearing the whole conversation in the other aisle.
Ooh.
And so she was like, I want you to come over and meet my daughter. And I'm like,
this is where I got to jump in there right there.
I said, oh, Lord
so,
have mercy.
She said, I want you to meet my daughter. So, Aunt was coming over there. We had a basket full of liquor. Now, mind you, I don't drink. But we was hosting a fight party, and we had people over there that drink. So we got a buggy full of liquor. I'm talking about we had some 12 packs, case of beer, Hennessy, Crown Royal, 1800.
Okay, you done said enough. So,
I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm letting the people know.
Okay.
I'm trying to be
So
transparent with them.
I know.
So, don't do that. Don't do it.
Just tell them about
So we in there, and her mom, but nah, she ain't telling y'all the whole thing. Her mom looked at me like, this Negro an alcoholic? All this liquor that they got? So she said, her mom said, I want you to meet my daughter. So, me at the time, I had a lot going on at the time. So, when the first thing this lady said, I want you to meet my daughter at Shop and Save in the paper plate aisle, I said, oh my God. I said, Lord, this ain't finna be right. But the way my mom and them raised me, my mom and dad, they raised me to be a respectable young man. Mm-hmm. I said, yes, ma'am. I say, and her daughter came over there. So I see her walking down. I'm like, okay.
No, y'all came over to the
No. Yeah, you came over there. You came over there.
Okay.
And you walking down now. I said, okay. Let me see what she walking a little close. Okay, not bad. I'm a butt guy, and I didn't want to be so obvious trying to get a gander, whatever you want to call it, at her butt. So she came over there with the Disney Soul shirt on and some khakis and stuff, and we talking and stuff, and we just chit chatting and everything. So she gave me her business card
from work.
So when she gave me her business card, it had her maiden name on it. And for those of y'all don't know, she was married before. So it had her maiden name on it. She scratched it out and put her.
No, I put my maiden name on there.
You put your maiden name on it. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sorry. She put her maiden name back on it. So she put Vanessa Timmons. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, she must have been married. I was saying it to myself. I said, yeah, she must have had some stuff going on. So I said she had some stuff cracking, y'all. I said she had some stuff going on. She had some stuff going on. She was a little busy for her. So I'm like, okay. And then I said, cool. We exchanged numbers and everything. And then I got a chance, y'all. I finally got a chance. Saw her walk away. And boy, I said, okay, that's what I'm talking about. That little peach back there, baby. I say, yes, okay. So, like I said before, I had a lot going on at the time. We all ended up leaving, going our separate ways. We ended up leaving.
So, before he goes into his part of his shenanigans over across the other side of the Shop and Save. So anyway, so when me and my mom get to the checkout lane, she was like, so when you going? I said, Mom, I'm not calling him. I said, the only way we will talk is if he calls me first. Now, at this point, I was kind of upset because I was like, I didn't want her to go over there and, you know, have him coming over there talking to me and stuff. I just wasn't feeling it. I was just, I wasn't feeling it. I had just got out of a relationship and I just wasn't feeling it. I was just like, I'm cool. I'm cool by myself right now. I'm cool. So I told her, I said, when I said, if it's meant to be, he'll reach out. I said, but I'm not reaching out to him. I'm not gonna do that. And she was like, oh, okay, and stuff. So yeah. So, but in the meantime, the shenanigans over at his house was.
Oh my God, the shenanigans at my house. Let me tell you about the things that I had going on at my house. Whew. All right. At the time, I was in a relationship, and me and my ex, we were like really on rocky terms. But then I also was dealing with another young lady that I was really, really into and everything. And I was dealing with her and then my ex and everything. So, make a long story short, my ex was she called me earlier. I said, I'm going to watch the fight. I didn't lie. I was watching the fight, but I just didn't tell her I was watching it at my place. So, I had my friend over there. Me and my brother stayed together in our townhouse. Shout out to Keela, big baby. We stayed together in the Victorian Village townhouses. And he had this girl over there. My cousin and his little girl came over there. My uncle was over there. We had other friends that come over there and everything. So, house packed. We got the TVs down in the living room. Got the TVs upstairs that had the fight on it. So, I'm upstairs in my room watching the fight, me and my friend. And then we hear a knock on the door. And I'm like, oh, man, who is it? I think everybody here is supposed to be here. So, I go down and answer the door. Who's at the door? My ex. So I'm like, oh, dang. Now, mind you.
Okay.
Now I got to tell him. I got to give him the backstory to it. Now.
Was she the ex at that time? Or was
she was my current girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. She's ex now. Way ex. But she was my girlfriend at the time. She was at the door, and my friend was up in the room. So, make a long story short, probably like a week and a half earlier, my girlfriend came over to the house, and my friend, she was up in my room in the bed asleep. And I'm sitting on the floor, just sitting on the floor, going through my phone, and she was up in the bed asleep. So every time my brother used to come in the house, he always used to joke with us. We had a running joke. Your lady here, man. I said, man, I always say that. He called Wolf every time. He said, man, your lady here. So I'm like, my friend in the bed asleep. Now, she had on her t-shirt and panties. I'm just gonna be real. We keep it real on the powwow with the pals. And we did not touch each other. We did not do anything. So I heard a knock on my door. I said, why is he playing? I opened the door. It's my girl. I said, oh, man. So I grabbed, she said, who in there? So I grabbed her and pushed her in the other room, in my brother's room. And we in there, she crying, and it was a mess. So make a long story, so I got that smoothed up. My brother panicked. He called my mom, my auntie. They came over there. Both ladies leave crying and everything. So smooth that situation over. And I knew me and my girlfriend was on the, it wasn't gonna work. And I knew it was to that point. So what we did was, we just we was just talking at a distance. We came over there. We were talking, trying to see where we stood at. So make a long story short, fast forward and back up to fight night. That was the knock on the door. And I go down to the door. Come to find out, I opened the door. It was my girlfriend. I'm like, she didn't even know we was over here. Come to find out, my cousin told my girlfriend that I had my friend over there both times. The time she was in my room and she was asleep, and the time we had the fights. So we all out in the parking lot. They both going back and forth. Who you want to be with? Who you want to be with? And I said, I shouldn't even have to answer that question because y'all know who I want to be with. Back and forth, back and forth. Between the rounds, people used to they came to the window and the door. They saw us out there arguing. Then when the fight came back on, they ran back in there and watched the fight. Needless to say, I missed the entire fight. Both of them got in their car, and left. But prior to that, I was praying. I was like, Lord, I want to be married. I want to get with somebody that's going to just help me. I wanted to be married and everything. That was my heart's desire. I needed to be married because I was moving too fast. I was just out of control. I was moving way too fast. And it was just to that point. So I'm like, you know what? They left. Next day I'm cleaning up my room. I opened the window. Open the window in my room. I'm vacuuming and everything. Cause I'm like, man, everybody left me. I ain't got nobody. So I'm vacuuming and I put her card on my dresser. Her card was on my dresser. And I opened the window and like fresh air came in the room and blew the card off the dresser. And when I was getting ready to vacuum, I saw the card. I was finna vacuum it up. Went and picked up the card. I called her that day. We chit-chatted for a while. And I asked her, I said, do you want to pray with me and my buddy Gerald? Mm-hmm. And we started off praying every single morning as prayer partners. Yeah. And we prayed every single morning. I mean, rain, sleet, or snow. I'm talking about get up around 6. I mean, people still probably had eye boogers in their eyes. But we got up every morning faithfully and prayed.
And that's one thing that really caught me is, you know, the prayer. You know, he was like, I'm in a prayer group, me and Gerald, his friend. They're more like brothers. And he said, we pray every morning, you know, do you want to join in, you know, with us for prayer? I'm like, absolutely, you know. So, yeah, that was one thing that really drew me to him because of that. You know, that let me know that was his, you know, foundation and stuff. Amidst all the other shenanigans.
She called them shenanigans, man. But you know what? This is what I say, people. I say, you know what? The Lord really answered my prayer because he moved those other women out my life so I can be with the one that I'm with today, man. And I'm just thankful to God that he saw the big picture and everything. Sometimes what we want is not in his will. And what I was wanting, it was in the flesh. It was just dealing in the flesh. And we know what the word is saying, the flesh dwelleth no good things. And I was out of control. I was like, I needed to be married. And it was all God's divine timing with everything with this relationship. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm out of control, man. I say, well, and my mom and daddy ain't raised me like this. And then I was engaged in church and Sunday school taught.
Y'all, he was a Sunday school teacher.
I'm telling you, man.
Can y'all believe?
And I still have an anointing over me. A lot of people tell me that and everything, but that journey.
I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
She laughs. She plays too much, man. She goofy, man. I don't even listen to her, man, because I know my purpose is way bigger. She laugh and stuff. Just because it was why. You know what? You better thank God for them shenanigans. Okay. Because if it wasn't for them shenanigans, you wouldn't even be sitting on this couch. I'd still be back in the loo, reckless and everything. But
Jesus.
It was God, man. Everybody we share this story with, they laugh at it because the thing is, this woman walks up to this total stranger in Shopping Save and say, hey, I want you to meet my daughter. Now you guys, ask yourself, you with your mom and you see somebody you with your mom, the other person's with their mom or dad, they walk up to you and say, I want you to meet my son or my daughter. What's the first thing that'll go on in your mind? Man, I don't know about all this, man.
I mean, but you had already seen me when we came in the store. So
you know what? I looked at you, but I didn't see you. If you know what that means. I looked at you, but I ain't see you. I just handed you the buggy, and then me and Unc was just, boom, we got to go get this stuff to get back to the house and everything. But then when you came down, that's when I saw you. I saw you, and I'm like, okay. and that's been one of my biggest prayers, praying for somebody that can be
So
a helpmeet to me.
right.
Uh-huh.
So let's jump to another topic before we, get out of here or whatever.
Okay.
So
That is how we met, guys.
Yes, that's how
so
we
if
met.
you're interested in how we met, that was how we met. And then,
That
like I
grocery
said,
store.
we met June the 4th, 2000. And guess what? June the 2nd, 2001 is when we got married.
mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. It wasn't even a whole 300, it was 363 days later.
Well, he did tell me, he told me he wanted to get married. And of course, to me, but he told me, here's the thing. I had been married before and dated someone after my divorce before him. And my thing was, I didn't want to get married again right away. I just wanted to I just put God first. And I was like, Lord, whatever your will, let it be done. I wasn't ready to get married. And then if I was to get married, I didn't want to marry, like within a year or two. I wanted to, date a little bit and then go from there. I wanted to, really know the person and stuff. But he told me, he said, if I don't get married now, or if I don't get married within a year, then I already know that, what did you say? Like,
If we don't get married
Right.
within a year, I don't think we're going to get married.
yeah, he said you don't think
I
we'll
don't
get
think
married.
we're going to get married because
And I didn't want a wedding. I would have been fine just, going to the Justice of the Peace, or I would have been fine just with something, kind of small. But then I had to take into consideration that this was his first marriage, so he wanted, to have a nice sized wedding and all that other stuff. So, it was compromising, and I understood what he said too about wanting to get married within a year, because we were at that age, we were still young. We were like, what, 25?
25, 24.
Yeah, 25, 24. So I wanted to have children
Mm-hmm.
and stuff too. So, you get to adding and subtracting and stuff. You all like, now look, I don't want to be 60 years old or 70 and be at the high school graduation. That's not what we're going to do. So,
Right.
we just kind of had to put our heads together and just go from there. But I knew that he was my husband, but I think I was just kind of
Dragging her feet.
well, I wasn't dragging my feet, babe. I was just kind of I was operating out of fear.
That's what it was. I, think
I
it
was
more
operating
so
out of fear,
out of
you
fear.
know.
And-
So
And the thing is, too, the reason why I think I wanted to get married so bad, and I don't know if I ever shared this with you, I was initially engaged with my ex.
I know.
And we were going to get married, and we had dates, we had everything set up, and her mom told her not to get married, to go ahead and finish her degree.
you told me that.
And my Aunt Brenda, rest her soul, my Aunt Brenda she was a prophetess, and she said, as I'm sitting here, if she don't marry you now, you guys will never get married. And sure enough, and my Aunt Brenda passed away and stuff probably shortly thereafter, but she prophesied that to me. Amongst the other things she prophesied to me, but she prophesied that to me. If you guys don't get married now, you guys won't never get married. And I'm like, wow. But I thought I was in love and everything, but she didn't want what I wanted.
Yeah.
And when Vanessa was saying that she would wanted to date a little bit longer and everything, and that's the whole thing, I just had a flashback like, not again. I don't want to get stood up again, because this is what happened when I got stood up the first time and everything. So if you guys know a male psyche, getting married is something completely different. But then us getting stood up one time, and then the other time getting placed on pause and hold, we start putting up our guards and everything. And we're like, you know what? I'm probably just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing out here in these streets. No, but
okay. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
So what was your type when you were dating? Because I know we've had conversations about. Like,
oh, that's a good. What was my type?
Yeah. So because I know we've had conversations about like, well, I've always dated this type of person. You've always dated this type of person. So
my type was. I'm gonna tell you, my type was red bones. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, man. I was light skin, mixed, hey, I was a red bone type of cat, boy. I had to have me a little solid red bone with the hazel eyes, and that was me. I was a little red bone type of guy. So that's what I was attracted to. Red bones.
Hair,
long hair, red bones. They had to have a booty. I'm a booty guy.
So thick.
They had to be thick, boy.
Okay.
They had to be thick. That was me.
Okay.
Booty. I'm okay with the breasts, but they had to have that thumper back there.
Okay.
So that's what I was attracted to, guys.
So me, black. That was me. They had to be dark skinned, tall. So basically tall, dark, and handsome. Pretty teeth, and built. Got some little muscles, a little bit, something. Hair, nice clean cut. Something nice clean cut. Even if you had like a little, some little curls or, something like that at the top. Or
Curls?
Whatever. I ain't talking about no Jerry curl.
With Jerry curl?
No, I'm talking about,
man, dude, you want a Jerry curl. Okay, a Jerry curl. Okay, go ahead, babe.
What you not gonna do is say Jerry curl.
Okay.
But like natural curls.
Shout out to Uncle Jay, man, with the hot Jerry curls.
He's still rocking a Jerry curl.
After 72 years old with a Jerry curl, man. Don't y'all laugh at my uncle.
I'm laughing.
Stop laughing at my uncle because he's 72 years old with a Jerry curl. Leave him alone. Shoot.
But yeah, that was my type.
But see, that's how you know.
So we totally
God's
opposite
purpose for us being together, because
he ain't dark.
And she ain't no red bone.
I'm brown.
That's the thing.
He's brown.
Yeah, we were completely total polar opposites of what we were normally attracted to. That's how you know God was in the midst of this. And it still baffles us to this day. Like, okay, we are still together. And it don't baffle us that we're together. Let me stop there. Don't baffle us we're together. But the complete attractions that we used to have and everything towards when we were out here in the dating world, it was just completely different and everything. So it was amazing, man. Our journey has been a good journey, man. And we have more to share with our journey, man, because that was the foundation. That's how everything got started.
Yeah.
And
so we will be taking questions or suggestions or whatever through our email, which is
the powwow with the pals, the powwow at gmail.com.
We'll put it in the chat so that
we'll put it in the chat. And also you can go and look at our episodes on our YouTube channel, the Powwow with the Pals.
Yeah.
Also, we are going to be doing lives. We're going to have some live shows too, live sessions as well. Yeah. We're not just going to record. We're going to have some live sessions as well. And we're going to have, like we said prior, we're going to have guests that's going to have years of marriage, just getting married, dating, singles. We're going to have everybody on our show. So you want to tune in next time for our next session, man, of the Powwow with the Pals, man. Yeah. I'm Brian Powell.
I'm Vanessa Powell. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll catch up next time. Not sure what we'll be talking about next time, but I'm sure it's going to be something good.
And
so,
we pray God's blessings over you and your life, your
Yes.
spouse, your families.
Yes.
We pray God's blessings over you.